Hi and welcome to Aunt David's Inspiration, and today we are talking of two other types of love languages. Today I'm going to be talking about giving gifts as a form of giving or receiving as a love language. Many times when we hear of gifts, we always think what someone is being materialistic, but that's not the case, because there are people that love giving gifts. And of course, there are people that love receiving gifts. One of the things I always think, now I'm not talking within the marriage institution, but a general perspective, if I went out of my way and bought a gift, like for ladies, they love shoes, they love clothes, and I get to know the shoe size of somebody, I buy a very good shoe and I tell them, oh, can we meet up? There's something I want to tell you. The moment we meet up, and after maybe we've taken tea or coffee or whatever it is, I tell them, oh, by the way, I just wanted to give you this. I may not do anything else maybe in 4 or 5 years to come, but that person will always remember my gesture, because the issue is not the shoe. Probably they have even more shoes than they need for a year or so. But the fact that I've gone out of my way to buy them the gift of a shoe, they will think, oh, this person was thinking about me. This person cares about me. So how much more in the marriage union? But unfortunately, in the marriage union, we always take each other for granted. We get used to each other. We are like, yeah, she has enough clothes. He has enough shoes. The ties he has not even worn this one for I don't know how long. And so we sort of take each other for granted, and we don't go out of our way to do that thing which puts a spark in your partner's eyes or life. So I want to encourage us. Let's make it a habit of just surprising one another with gifts. They don't even have to be expensive. Find out what your partner loves and go out of your way and do it. Because many times when you hear of gifts or you think of a surprise, it's like, oh, I'm going to splash a party for her or for him or whatever. But I think it's all an aspect of what is the spirit behind the gift you're giving. So if your partner loves gifts, she loves chocolates, if it's your wife, buy her chocolates, of course, putting into consideration that too much of anything is dangerous. And whatever it is that your husband loves, go out of your way and do it for him. And with those small gifts, even a card, a beautiful card, nowadays we have enough of e-cards. You can just send one that says, I'm thinking about you, I love you. My life would probably not be as great as it is without you. Things like that. And of course, again, mean it from your heart. So one of the love languages that is really important is give gifts to one another, and also be gracious enough to receive whatever gift it is that you've been given. For example, there are people that don't know how to appreciate gifts, and they'll be like, is this all you could do? It breaks the spirit of the person that went out of their way to give you that gift. And finally, the fourth nugget, because the other two I shared in the previous video, which you can watch at your own time, it is acts of service. It sounds a bit strange when you talk about acts of service, especially in regard to marriage, but it's interesting that, again, when people get married, and particularly many years go by, it almost becomes normal that I don't need to do this for this person, they can do it for themselves. But it's sometimes good to break the norm and even get out of your usual way of doing things and be unconventional. For example, there are men that their wives work, they get home late, and maybe the guy gets home earlier than the wife. I know we're in the African setting, but I have a question for you. What is so wrong with you going to the kitchen and make a meal, because she's not going to eat out before she gets home, because you know her way of doing things? Make a very beautiful meal, whatever it is she loves, and then when she gets home, just tell her, oh, by the way, dinner is served, or dinner is ready, or don't bother with cooking today, I've done it. Do you know how much that would mean? But then again, let's remember, in the African setting, there's been this culture of men don't enter the kitchen. I think the times are really changing, because we have a younger generation right now that almost everybody is going back to school. And sometimes I wonder who's going to be the house help tomorrow. Probably being a nanny will be a serious professional job. So the earlier you learn to cook good, the better. The earlier you learn to do some things that in the African setting, no, people don't appreciate them. When a man enters the kitchen, when a man changes the baby's diapers, people will look at them like, this one has been sat on. It's time you learn to do some of the things. Even bathing your son or your daughter when your wife is sick, when she's tired and things like that. And of course, even for the ladies, and I may not speak this very authoritatively, sometimes you learn to change the tire because maybe there will not always be a muscled man to help you change the tire, but we always pray that we don't get punches all alone in the middle of nowhere. But basically the point is, learn to do things unconventionally, learn to do something different. Don't be too predictable for your partner. And then of course, make your partner feel special. In this act of service, it is not so much you being a slave to your partner, no. Because I know some people may think, if I spoil her too much, she'll become like a spoiled brat. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm just saying, be nice to each other. Make this person feel special. Because there was a time you'd stop everything for them. But after familiarity sets in, there's an element of just feeling, mama so-and-so, baba so-and-so. So keep the fire burning by doing good acts of service to your partner. Until next time, just a reminder, we've talked about giving gifts to your partner and also doing that special thing that your partner loves. So until next time, when we'll be talking about the final love language, this is Ann David saying God bless you, like, share, and subscribe.